crazy because they don't know you. Life lesson number one is this. Let them leave you. They're not meant to be in your life. Once you decide to do that, they will label you as a bad person. They will also try to decalcify your third eye. The problem is they don't know what they're doing. When you know yourself, it irritates the shit out of that's right. It irritates the shit out of other people. You hear these? You know, and they really don't want you talking about this. They won't want you to heal. I'm being guided to do a reading when I get back regarding projections, betrayal, and bullying. There's been a lot of bullying when it comes to water signs, and I'm going to address every last one of them. It has to deal with a fire and earth sign. Archangel Michael comes in very clearly. As much as people deny the truth, they can't help but to keep looking at you and find out what you're doing. And then complain when you tell them to back the fuck off. See, they just can't deal with that shit. When you tell them to back off, it's not like you're doing anything wrong, but then you have other people gang up on you, act like they're, in charge of your life, and only you know what's right for you. The problem is, you have dictators, you have low-vibrational dictators that want to control how you view your own life, how you were born, what type of day, time, and all that. You see it, but you don't say it for the right reasons. You rather tell other people how to live their lives instead of being judgmental free, free from judgment, because only God can judge. The problem is this: humanity has been doing that from the beginning. It becomes to the point where you're labeled as a know-it-all, especially when deep down you don't know anything about someone else's life, but they rather tell you the fuck how they live yours. Yet again, the words verbatim. And another problem, people rather also follow you, call you a friend. Be careful who you keep around as your friends. Betrayal runs deep. That's why I'm an introvert. That's why I try my best to say, to myself, I may go out and socialize, but there's a risk with that. Especially when you're an introvert. People don't really know you, so it makes it very, very hard to classify you in certain ways, come across mysterious. Me, I'm a Pisces moon. However, it's nothing new underneath the surface. I can take humanity's bullshit. The problem is the projections and the ill will and poor intention behind it. It's what causes friction between family and friends, and lies and deceit. And sometimes important information gets lost in translation. Not everybody is smart enough to understand that, because you're so built off of you believe what I'm saying. And if you believe yourself and your higher self point you in the same direction, it doesn't matter what other people think or feel. And that's the problem. That is the whole problem. Give me 1 second. Check my smoke. And and then havoc, especially when you've been, protected for years. People don't understand when there's free will being violated in the process of, you fulfilling your dreams and being cautious about sensitivity to others. But they're trying their damn best. They're trying their damn best to then project insecurity and make you feel like you've been outcast. Some of us are reincarnated. Some of us are a lot smarter than what we think, a lot stronger than we think. If you take that one thing, is this: live life free of judgment. Live life the way you want to. Okay, people hate. You have haters. You have people, otherwise they won't be talking to you. That's the dumbest thing. That's like an oxymoron. Someone that says, I don't fuck with you, but then turn around and look at the same person you don't fuck with. This could piss them off. See, that's the setup right there. That's how people tell on themselves. We become so secure within that. Me, I see right through it. That's why I don't worry about it. Public embarrassment. I dealt with this, especially when I came out in high school. But it's not high school. And a lot of, like 99% of your reactions to problems is why. And only the 1% will understand what you call them crazy. Here's another thing. Psychological proof. The first thing that you think will start to manifest, and depending on what you think, dictates your outcome. Karma and drama work both hand in hand. Both get left and right brain. Me, I'm balanced with both, which is abnormal for some. Some can't really take the both left and right and actually do something with it. See, in this case, I'm projected as evil, but I'm also a Knight's Templar age, which explains a lot of things that I'm not ashamed to say. And a lot of things that, come from the knowing, the knock part of it, nos. Which not everybody's privy to information, so they call me crazy. And that's fine. People are entitled to their opinion. However, don't shoot the messenger. You tend to do that a lot. Oh, you could have told me. Well, how could I tell you when you're up there saying all this bullshit? And then, on top of that, people are accustomed to that type of behavior. So, only way I can do it is break it out of my own and use my intuition. So far, for the past 6 years, I've been using my intuition. And every time someone has told me I'm wrong, I have deliberately proved myself right. Even I have a group of people turning against me. And the problem is with this, I need other friends or associates along the way that actually have the same related view as me. However, do I call them crazy? Do I call them insane? No, I'm looking for, like-minded. And that's the problem. I'm not meant for everybody. And I don't give a fuck. That's the problem. That you may have. It may get you some mental anguish here and there. You may be called narcissist. You may be called a person with no social life because you're an introvert. Look, let this be a message to your introverts, man. sometimes you're not meant to fit in. And honestly, the people who are on the DMV, they hate the fuck out of me. I'm glad, because I don't have to be around those people. I choose to. And everything's a choice. It's like it's a choice to open someone's mouth and slander somebody. It's a choice. But no, I'll tell you what, they wouldn't do it to your face. And that's another thing. Like, the problem is once you are comfortable with yourself and know the ins and outs of your Akashic records, you can then open that up and use those, but not abuse it. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Me, I'm a light worker. I transmit all that shit. I'm usually from Montgomery County. A lot of the shit that I was facing in childhood, I've already been through. And some people still think I'm in pain. I have a scar face. However, I want to help the ones that also are on the spiritual path too. And it's not about, again, like my tarot readings are free, it's not about money. It's about me helping transmute all the bullshit, that I can, and help you get some clarity on why it was in the first place, whatever that may be. It's a cause and effect, and according to the left and right brain, you have to balance that energy. Sometimes people will try their best to then tell you, they try their best to then tell you that you're wrong and sick because you don't want to feed into the twisted mind games and manipulation. Even though that you have shown your hands, let them find out. Excuse me. Let them find out. You on the other hand, just keep being you. Anything else, I mean, shit, what else can you say? What else can you do? And that's what I came to realize, honestly. For the past 6 years, people have been doing the same shit. And yet, I have been remaining authentic within myself. I'm not fake. I don't want clout. I don't want all this other shit that other people have. I'm myself, and I don't, I used to work in the hospitality department. I wanted to be a nurse. Once I found out my soul good and life purpose, I kind of stepped out of that a little bit and found out what it really was. And ever since then, I was hated. Because, to be quite honest, I'm not really who you think I am. Yes, my royal lineage is part of a dark source, but I have rules, and not everybody's going to tell you about those rules. Not everybody's going to tell you about those rules, and some people are going to sit there and gaslight you and make you feel like you fucked up your own life, and that's your life to live. Yes, it is your life to live. However, the problem is when other people put their business in it. That's how people get caught up. That's why the favorite phrase is, I don't fuck with you like that. When, in fact, if you look at just a little bit, within your time. One second, because I had people driving and want to make sure I'm safe. You know, like everyone finds me a threat because I end up saying the right things. And it really pisses them off. That's fine with me. But I would not be, you know, the weapons may form, but they will not prosper. You know, I'm a strong believer in God, but not the way, you know, I was taught to believe. However, the problem is people want you to basically follow the rules and regulations, and you are just labeled as a problem because now that you have went and told and seen and did all this, now you are a target for other people. And because you are authentic and you're not bothering anybody, they find you mysterious. Come on, man. Wait a second, because that wasn't smart. So right now I'm out here in nature, and I'm going to be out with my cards very soon, and I'm going to expose some things. You know, feel free to take a listen. And because of a lot of attack on water, you know, y'all need to understand that because there has been a change, especially to deal with, you know, the bullshit that they face with the child, I might have found it very, very difficult to face that inner child and say, listen, that everybody's going to understand you. They're going to blame you, they're going to label you, they're going to think that you're insane. And you're going to have to say sorry. And you have to forgive yourself, and it's not your fault. It's just how the generation goes at this time. No one's going to tell you that. And because of your birth year, depending on your birth year, also depending on the friendship levels and area of expertise that you're going to have in the near future. Sometimes it's best to let people say and do what they want, because then you get the last line, but still no one likes it. So they have to choose that. It's not something that is boastful, but it is hard to take in. And everybody out there on this stage, because of everything coming out, it's going to be a fight. It is, because which one is telling the truth when the truth is also a lie? Because let's face it, not everything's for everybody, but that's a lie too. Sometimes in life, you're going to have to accept, you know, when you're wrong. You know, and a lot of people have done wrong. A lot of people haven't done wrong. I mean, I don't claim to know everything. You know, I never did. I never did. You know, and for some, it's really hard to take in the truth that some have to face, you know, the consequences of, you know, and I can't do anything about it. Because it's kind of like this, you know, the judgment goes a two-way street. One can be authentic and they could deal with the utmost. But that person lives scot-free because they basically disabled a person that was there, but they don't know that, and that's the problem. When you're independent and you're sick for one reason, sometimes things can get very, 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 very toxic. And it's not because you didn't decide to. It's not because you didn't decide to take accountability. It's because some people can't take accountability for what they've done, and not all the time is for everybody to know. So that's why they rather hurt you instead of actually supporting and becoming a help. They label you, they judge you, they do all different types of shit to you, but yet they walk just the same as you, but I guess in a way, you could say distorted. However, I don't look at bad or good, and that's another thing why talking, because I ain't lying. I'm gonna tell you like it is, and the truth about it is, it's gonna hurt. Not everybody is gonna love you. Not everybody is gonna tell you exactly what's going on or what they want. Sometimes they're gonna keep fucking with you so they can make a mistake, and the mistake is basically telling you wrong. So they'd rather tell you that you're just wrong instead of giving the right, providing the right answers for themselves enough to say, okay, well, let's put 2 and 2 together. When 2 and 2 doesn't always make 4, okay? So, lots and lots of individuals and people rather try their best to even dictate how you do everything in life, because honestly, I'm not saying, but I am. Rather dictate your life and judge you, so they don't have to listen to all the grief, basically, that they cause you. It's nothing really, to be. It's nothing really to be worried about. One second.